Today I have a piece from 80 Graded Studies for Clarinet Book 2, number 59 by Cyrille Rose. So this is a classical piece, crotchet equals 100. I'm probably going to play it too fast, but I'll do a run through and we'll see how we go. So, just as the big reveal, this alpha was going more than I needed to. So bum 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 bum. So this piece is actually a good example of why a metronome comes in handy. Because let's say you're like me and you overcook the tempo, you realize, okay, this metronome's kind of required just to help me lock into those quavers. So that's the first takeaway of this piece. I'm not a huge fan of metronomes because I like the idea that you're creating your own beat. But when you're trying to get something quite methodical, quite regular, it's useful to know when you're accidentally going too fast or accidentally going too slow, or just when you're going too fast in general. However, this is a solo piece. You have all the room in the world to be as rubato as you like. And this piece has some very distinct phrases. And you want to treat these phrases as almost these separate practice entities in their own right. You don't want to try and play from beginning to the end unless you're trying to test your exhaustion levels, which are starting to fall apart at the end there. Well, it happens. But when you're home practicing, you want to grab one of those phrases, work out how it works, try and get its feel. They're all kind of got their own different character. So for example, in the middle, we actually have a double forte. The climax, this kind of climatic feeling or this dramatic feeling is actually in the middle of the piece. So we have bar 34, some accents, double forte. It's still loud, you want to keep that intensity going. All the way to where they've got a comma there. So these commas, you only see them in advanced music when they really, really mean it, right? They're not just saying, hey, you should really try breathing all the way up to here. No, the commas in this context mean I want the phrase to end here and I need you to breathe because the music needs to breathe. Okay, so that's the end of that big dramatic phrase. And then it goes into piano. So different character. And then forte comes back. Okay, so I've kind of railroaded right into the middle of this piece. So let's go back to the beginning. Okay, crotchet equals 100. It's not as pacey as you think. Lots of subdivision required. You have your quaver subdivision, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then up comes the dotted quaver semiquavers, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. So it's going to have that snappiness to it. You don't want to run the risk of turning the triplets, well, turning them into swing. Da 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 da. You want da 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 and da ba ba. Almost feels like a grace note going into the following beat. Then it repeats itself. Now notice here we have this forte and then we decrescendo. So you got to be careful. It's classical music. You don't want to whack it with the tongue. This is not jazz. You're not going ba da da. You just want to have a pum, almost like a kind of a weighty pum ba dum. So it's not too hard. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. The important thing here of these phrases is you want to try and keep a bit of air always simmering. You want to go from a loud dynamic to a very quiet dynamic. Very hard to do because you haven't have a huge amount of air control. Quite often, a student may begin a phrase, they've got all the energy in the world, and then the energy dies. But the energy is always coming and going. But when it goes, you've still got this feeling of this heavy weight, this heavy object that you're still lifting, but keeping it going, because the music needs strength, because the music has tension and release. But even the release, it's a very controlled release. And then we bring it back. So if these phrases, easy said than done. So it's all it's always moving up and down. We're creating shape with the airflow. Okay, and we keep on going. Okay, it's some nice stereotypical classical rhythm there. So keep it nice and light. Okay, high D, good luck. Nice little flourish at the end there. New phrase, we have legato now. So this is now your opportunity to really bust out these slurs. So we've had these quite light rhythms. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Now it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And it says espressivo. Okay, so then we have the end of the phrase. The music has a comma. They want you to breathe. They want the music to breathe. We are doing a solo piece. We're not beholden to any other instruments. We can create space to then allow us to breathe and then play the new phrase without feeling like we're in a hurry or have to quickly go into the next phrase. No, we don't need to do that. hear my rubato tempo. It's kind of irregular quavers. See, here's the thing. If you had a metronome, you'd never be able to do that. But a solo piece, maybe it's nice to be able to flex that tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Metronome, too rigid. This is why it's nice to have your own pulse. And then we keep on going. Okay, so this is our loud section. Let's jump past that. So we've kind of got that little skip lightness. It's kind of like the beginning ideas again. They've brought them back. So we have some very, very long phrases here with lots of rests. The rests are incredibly tempting to breathe in. If you breathe in every rest, you will hyperventilate. You will have so much air in your lungs, you won't be able to get rid of it. Your head will start to explode, you'll pass out, which in some ways is exactly what I was doing towards the end of this piece too. I got exhausted. It was starting to fall apart no matter. However, okay, see, I'm already almost demonstrating it from talking too much. These quaver rests, these semi-quaver rests, you got to avoid the urge to breathe in them. You want to just treat them as like a little skip in the music, like a skipping stone across a lake, and just let the momentum of the phrase carry you through. So if we take the beginning of a phrase, see, we had some rests there, but I just held the air, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da. We're just stopping the air from getting through the instrument, right? You can put your tongue back or tongue down the reed. Just be careful it doesn't create a kind of a jazzy like staccato or anything. Just we'll stop blowing, hold the air, but these keep on going. You want that momentum to feel like it's still there. So that's more of a momentum sounding of the phrase, but of course more importantly is we don't want to be taking in more air. However, there is a caveat. Let's say you have taken in too much air. You can actually get away with letting out air. This is how I take too much air in. Okay, so in an emergency situations, pro tip, you can like just let a bit of air out. You want to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide you're holding in your lungs. So that's a trick. You don't have to take in air. You can actually let out air if you really want to, try and recover your breath. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Let's keep on going. Okay, now there's a little quaver segment. I played it with a metronome before. Here, let's do it with some rubato. There are a whole bunch of accidentals. There's a key signature to confuse you. This is a point where you go, ooh, hard notes coming up. Oh, not quite sure. Oh, I'll do a rubato. It'll sound great. No one will ever know that I'm actually trying to figure out what notes to play. Okay, and this fading light, I'm not even reading the notes right. Here we keep on going. Okay, so there's no phrase beginning in here. They've kind of launched you straight into a new phrase. This is where you sneak your breath in. Okay, so see me sneakily, well, for the sake of example, not so sneakily, letting air out because maybe you've taken too much in, you've played many lines of music. What do we got? Like roughly 74 bars so, and you've probably might have taken too much air in. You can let air out and you'll hopefully survive a little bit longer than you might have done otherwise. Yeah, so that's a nice piece. It's a good one for a performance piece. It's decent length. It's roughly sitting at grade 5, 6 ABRSM level. I don't know. I don't even know if it's an exam piece, but it's quite a nice one. I quite like the dramatic part in the middle. Who doesn't like to play loud when it's classical? Oh gosh, key. Okay, because it gives you a chance to play some very weighty, dramatic clarinet notes, dramatic in a classical sense, and has all the nice little trappings of the the light classical feeling. Yeah. So that is number 59 by Cyrille Rose.